Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Pathfinder Kingmaker. Where we left off last time, we had left Trobald. We finished the last little secret that we forgot about there, or I forgot about there I should say. This video is going to be sort of jump cutty. We're going to try and, well, I'm going to showcase all of the locations for two of the artifacts in the game. The first of which is going to be the Necklace of Double Crosses, which we can actually complete based on our current availability of locations, and the second one I believe is going to be the Dwarven, or the Trailblazer's helmet. I think, yeah, we can totally do the full thing there as well. Maybe even the Cypress Paraffin, or the Forest Knight bracers I should say, and the Cypress Queen's paraphernalia. We can probably do that one as well. So we'll try and get those three done in this video. We're just going to go jump cut through all of them, show you guys where all of the things are, and then we'll call it there. So this is the location of the first one. When you kill Tartuccio's guards, they'll drop a what are they called? The actual artifact is called a scorched fragment of a necklace. So we already picked that one up from these guys. I just wanted to show you guys where it was in case you missed it, although you really shouldn't, because I think you need to come here to start some of the main storyline stuff. So that's where the first one is. Back shortly with the second one. Okay, the second piece that you're going to be looking for is in the Thorn Ford. It's just west of where you fight Cressel. She's about here, and it's just west of there by the river. There's a twig grouping here. I think you might need to perception check it, but anyways, we've already gotten it before, and you can pick it up right there, and that's another piece of the scorched fragment that we're looking for. We'll be back with the third piece. Okay, another piece is of the necklaces in the rock pile near the minecart. So the minecart was right about here. We've actually sent it off that way somewhere. It's, I think, this rock pile here, but we can't obviously see it anymore because we've already looted it up. So it's in this area. I think it's this rock pile right here. And this is on the Sycamore Caves top level down in the southwest corner here. And we're going to head into the depths for the next piece. You can find another piece here. This is in the Old Sycamore Depths in the northeast corner. This is corpse of a giant spider. It's in a rock pile near here. Can't remember exactly where it was. That might be here, or we might even be standing on it. Maybe here. We can't see it again because we've already looted it in the past, but that's where you're going to want to look for the next piece. The fourth, I think, piece we're on now is actually on this body here. It's right outside the Kobold entrance of the Sycamore Caves, so you can pick it up either when you're going in or leaving. Doesn't really make a difference, but you can grab that as well. And then we're going to head to the last two areas which hold artifact pieces for the necklace. This is the fifth necklace place. It's actually the one that we missed too, so that's our final piece technically. Or this is, sorry, the sixth piece. Sorry. We're actually on the sixth one. We've completed 5, so there's 3 in the Sycamore Tree, there is 1 in the Ancient Tomb, there is 1 in the Thorn Ford, there is 1 here in the Trail in the Hills in the southeast corner, in that little rock debris, and there's 1 final piece, which is on the Three Pine Islet, or Islet, which we'll travel to right now, and I'll show you guys where that is, and then we're done our first artifact, which is kind of neat. It's a bit of a journey all the way up here. Where is it? It's right there. 20-hour trip, but that's okay. We'll make the journey because it's worth it. I'll be back shortly as soon as we get there. The 7th and final piece that we've already gotten in this game is actually on this tombstone sort of marker here. It's gonna have traps around it. I think we already disabled all of them, but you can pick it up right there, and that will be your 7th piece of your necklace, and you should be able to go to the Ancient Storyteller and have it made for you now. We're gonna take a quick break from... Sorry, excuse me, I have hiccups. Apparently, we're gonna take a quick break from artifact finding. We need to go to Bald Hilltop and deal with that, so I'll be back as soon as we reach there. We have a minor curse fight to deal with, and then we'll go after the Dwarven helmet, try and get all that done as well. Alright, well I thought it was time for Bald Hilltop, but it's not. We're back at the Sycamore Tree. We're going to show you where the Restavik artifact chain is. The Restavik fragments. There's 5 of them in total. We only have 4 of them currently. I know where the 5th one is though. So the first one you can get is here on the same body that you would find a piece of the scorched necklace. It's going to have the broken arrow, I believe. There's only 4 here in the Sycamore Tree area. I'm just going to sort of point out where they are on the map because it's easier than well, you know what? We can wander there. It's not a big deal. The second one is going to be on the upper level. It's on Tartuccio's body. You really can't miss it. You'd have to try pretty hard to miss it. I'm just going to point that one on the map. It's just easier. So Tartuccio dies here. The crossbow, the rest of it crossbow, is on his body. Just loot his body when you kill him. It's important. That way you can get the crossbow. We already have that one. There are 2 in the lower levels, though, that might be missable if you're not paying attention, and I'm going to show you guys where those are. We're just going to quickly run down there, and then there's one that we haven't gotten yet. We actually haven't been to the area it's in, so we're going to do that in this video, because why not? We've done it in the beta and the initial release version that we played through months and months back, but we haven't been there this time. And then we'll go to the Dwarven Helmet, I guess.
I need to catch my breath.
So the first one we can find is actually here-ish. Nope, that's not quite right. Here, we can't get there. We need to find a way down. Where do I get down into the lower level? We can go this way. Oh wait, that leads to nowhere, doesn't it? It's so dark in here, it's hard to figure out where everything is. Okay, we're walking over this way. I think we need to be down a level. Damn it. Oh, I found something. Oh, I missed this entirely. There's a Might Hermit here. There's literally nothing here, but, you know, there's a hermit. Just a heads up, I guess. Okay, so that leads to nowhere, and that leads outside. So we need to go all the way around and down. Unfortunately, that's just where we're at. Oops, why do I keep pausing? So the first one is going to be in the centipede area, which is here. Where we fought the big centipedes in that big open cave. Actually, I think it's here. We'll figure it out. We kind of remember where it is. It's the giant centipede area. We just gotta get there. And I think there's a way down just over here. We like hop down a platform. I think it's over here actually, like right in this room. We'll jump down and then we'll go wander over there, and then we just need to go to the last area. And then we can turn in 2 big storyline things and get a bunch of experience and an artifact. The artifact is actually pretty nice, as I recall, situationally. As with most of the artifacts with the plus and minus, situationally it's a really good artifact. Okay, so here is the cave where we fight the big centipede, and there's a... you go east from here. It's on a... how to explain it? I think it's either on a body or like in one of these little alcoves. We've already looted it, but it's in here. This is where you would find it. Just take a look around. You should be able to find it. I think I'm pretty sure it's on that body, if I'm going to be completely honest. And then the next one we need to find, I think, is up here. No, it's definitely the giant spider. It's near where the other ring was, the other ring piece, where the giant spider body is. And I think it's over in this corner. You just have to kind of pick it up from over here. I think it's on the same rock pile. Pretty sure it's that rock pile actually, but I don't recall exactly which rock pile it is, and it's been a little while, so... or maybe it's this rock pile right here. Anyways, it's on a rock pile. You'll figure it out when you get there. It shouldn't be very hard. It's the same rock pile that also has a ring, so it's pretty easy to find. And we're just going to head upstairs and off to the last area. So there's where 4 of the pieces are. So there's 3 in here, or sorry, 4 in here, and there's 1, I should say, there's 3 inside the tree, 1 outside the tree, and then there is 1 in a different area, which we're going to go to right now. We'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back. We're at our final piece of the Restavik set. We're at the Oak That Strayed. It's up north by Oleg's Tavern. You need a perception check to get there. I can't remember what it is, but it's actually pretty low. As long as you're not a super low level, you should be able to find it without any significant problems. And I think there's a troll or giant here. I can't remember. Oh no, it's a dryad. It's definitely an insane dryad. So there's an insane dryad here, and it gets to go way before any of our good people, so we're gonna get entangled horribly and probably die. It's gonna be wonderful. We're gonna haste, because why not? We're gonna need to rest anyways shortly, and we can actually charge. And hit pretty hard. And there's the entangle that was coming, I knew that. But I think we're about to win, to be honest.
Do not hold back.
She's actually not that hard to kill. Now that being said, the entanglement is sort of annoying. It's not a normal entanglement, it is stop moving entanglement. Because the more you move in it, the more you die.
I will see this through.
We're gonna heal. We're gonna use someone with a very high reflex save.
Outdoor adventures are good for skin and body shape.
Apparently
But they
she's not
must
high
ruin
reflex
your
save.
hair.
She's a 12 reflex save. How is she failing this reflex save? Okay, well, she's almost through. Oh, we need to stop. Stop. So there's spike stones everywhere.
I will not falter.
I'm actually gonna move our main character a little bit to heal Octavia. She's gonna go loot the tree. The tree is where we need to get to. It has a sickle and a freedom of movement thing. Oh, it's gone now. That was a pretty quick thing. So it's a keen sickle +1 here. That's important to note. There's also an item here for us. We just gotta figure out exactly where it is. Haven't been here in a little while. I forgot about this dryad. She's actually not as hard as I thought she was going to be. Our feet are also all broken up for 8 more seconds. So we're gonna wait. We're walking very slowly because of it. Basically, we stepped on a field of spikes. We stepped on a field of Lego. There's a field of Lego that we just walked across. And now we're in bad shape because of it. Where is it? This is slightly annoying. Did I already pick it up? Nope. Unless it was on her body. No, we already picked up the stuff on her body. Wait, she didn't have anything on her body. Where are you, item? Must be up in the top corner. Yep, there it is. So it's in the top right, or top left corner of the northwest corner? Yep. And there's a rustific sorceress's discharged staff. That's the last piece we needed. And now we can leave. Comfortably and in peace, shiny and chrome. I watched Mad Max again recently. God, I love that movie. It's so good. We don't need to go there. We need to go all the way back to our capital. It is a 1-day, 6-hour journey. We're going to make the journey. We also have a keen sickle, which is absolutely worthless for us, except as sell fodder, because we have no one, not a single person in our entire group will ever use a sickle, ever. I really want knock knock.
Just imagine, only a
Because I really want to see what our kukri slaying machine can do. So the necklace we're going to make is very interesting. It is pretty good. Kind of. It's actually going to be really good for Lindsay, I think. It's better for ranged sneak attackers than non-ranged sneak attackers due to AOOs. And you'll see why once we actually make it. So, let's go talk to the storyteller. We have 2 things to turn into him today. What? There's no exclamation mark. Why are you here, Jubilat, Lindsay? Why would you look at that? Svetlana sent you a letter. It seems she's worried about old Bakken. The letter is very emotional. Well, I don't have time for that right now. I'm busy. I have to go talk to Bakken now. But anyways, we're not dealing with Bakken at the moment. We are dealing with artifact stuff. Storyteller, talk to me here. I found shards of an ancient artifact. Can you restore it for me at the anvil? May I? The storyteller gently takes the items from your pack. You've gathered all the fragments of the necklace of double crosses. They can fit into my hand. They carry an inglorious story. Allow me to tell the tale as I restore it. I expect the story will amuse you and perhaps even give you some food for thought. Oh, you found the shards, or you found shards of the Trailblazer's helm, but it's not fully complete, or the Forest Nest Bracers, or the Ring of Reckless Courage. And the Cloak of Souls, also not so much yet. And the Star Commander's Club, also, we don't have that one yet. Restore the Necklace of Double Crosses. The storyteller holds the pieces of metal carefully in his hand. I shall begin. Not every legend speaks of heroic feats, some tell of atrocities and wicked things. I will breathe my gift into this necklace, that it may tell you something of itself. Okay. Did we get the item? Oh yeah, we did. That was Not the most intriguing story, but okay. Fair enough. I thought there'd be a more interesting story to go along with that small little tidbit, but the Amulet of Double Crosses is here. And what it does is, well, there's a necklace, or there's the story, but I guess we can read it out. This amulet grants a +4 bonus to trickery, stealth, and mobility checks. Really good. Their melee attacks deal 2d6 sneak attack damage. Oh, so it's melee attacks. So it's not good for Lindsay. It would be very good for Valerie, except she'll probably end up killing one of our people. And the reason for that is when an ally moves away from the wearer in battle, the amulet forces the wearer to make an attack of opportunity against that ally. So that's kind of a little bit dangerous. There once lived a knight of Brevoy who suffered ill fate and poor fortune from birth. The youngest child of a noble family that had fallen on hard times, the only inheritance he could count on was a horse, a suit of armor, and the family sword. Since childhood, the knight had been haunted by a voice that constantly convinced him to behave against his own interests. Each time an opportunity for fortune arose, a voice would whisper darkly in his head, causing him to lose one chance after another. Hoping him to rid himself of this curse, the knight sought out a sorcerer, but the sorcerer's price was too high. To afford the huge sum, the knight had to sell his horse, his family sword, and his crested armor, but the result was worth the cost. After receiving the necklace the sorcerer created, the knight's affairs began to improve. Soon he became the sole heir to his family's fortune, granting him a life of luxury. Enemies drove him from his family manor and out into the stolen lands, but even there, he grew richer and more prosperous, joining a team of merry folk who ran a successful enterprise on the high road. It's amazing what one can achieve once rid of that small voice known as conscience. The knight's happiness was long but not eternal. In his old age, he found himself boarding a vessel in hopes of finding treasure, but instead found a trap connected to a dozen barrels of some seething alchemical substance. The ensuing explosion thundered across the area, scattering bits of the knight along with it, as well as fragments of his necklace. But now that it's been restored, the necklace is ready to bring fortune to its new owner. So it's a pretty good necklace. It's really good for Knock Knock, but you have to be really careful not to invoke AOs from Knock Knock, because he will flat out kill one of your characters if you're not careful. So yeah, that's where we're at. His damage... Actually, you know what? If we're not caught flat-footed, we won't take the sneak attack damage. Maybe Valerie would be a better person to have not. Anyways, we'll figure that out. It does lots, though. It's a pretty decent necklace. 2d6 sneak attack damage is a lot of sneak attack damage. It can be a maximum of 12, right? Obviously. It's 2 to 12 damage, which is quite a bit. So that's where we're going to leave off for this video. I'm not sure how long this video was. It was cut into a lot of different pieces, so if it's a bit shorter, I apologize. In the next video, we're going to do the Dwarven Helmet and possibly Bald Hill if it ever shows up. It said it was ready, and then I went there and it wasn't ready, so I'm just kind of waiting on it to either activate or not. But for now, we're going to call it here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care. Sorry for the quick cut there. I just had to go take care of something. We have one more thing to tell the Storyteller, and then we can head out as well. I brought some relics or any worthy of a story. He's going to go through the things. Tried marks, brave heroes. Okay. Here's the one. The belongings of brave heroes who performed their feats here before you. I sense you would be interested to hear their story. These lands took many lives and spawned many legends. I can now tell you of a distant expedition undertaken by a group of Brevik heroes to a place known as the Drowned Trees. The air is so fresh, it's like I'm back home. Oh wait, this is the other one. We haven't gone to the story yet. In Thassalon. Okay, tell me about the Drowned Trees. I hear rowlocks creaking, river water splashing, bushes rustling, and arrows singing through the air. I feel an invincible will, a cold resolution to finish what's been started, no matter the cost. My chain armor clings to my body, and my young hands grip a sword tightly. I'm the leader of a group of brave souls, set off to the stolen lands to clear them from bandits once and for all. We sail on a large freight boat. It serves as bait for the bandits who keep throwing themselves at it, only to find death. A death as inglorious as the life they've lived. From time to time we manage to capture a prisoner. While our Inquisitor talks to them, I go to the stern, shutting my ears to their cries. I remind myself that these are scum, drenched in blood to the elbow. I think upon our cause, freedom for my homeland and independent Rossland, but still my goosebumps rise with each pitiful cry. I must steel myself and be strong. Continue. At night it seems a whole army is attacking our boat, far too many for us to fend off, but luckily we don't have to. While they battle monsters we've summoned in a pitch-black magical darkness, we drink the potions we prepared and dive under the water. The scum break into the hold, but instead of treasure they find their final surprise, the work of a Restavik alchemist, a trap. a dozen barrels of highly explosive oils. We watch from a safe distance as the boat is blown to pieces in a deafening explosion. Everything has gone according to plan. The more who die here, the fewer will meet in the drowned trees. We march to the forest, then camp to regain our strength. Their nest is close. Our Inquisitor discovered something, or everything, sorry. Even the location of their secret entrance. Today we rest, tomorrow the Bandit King will draw his final breath. Please continue. We charge through the muddy waters. Suddenly, a giant log set out the blades falls from above. I manage to stagger back, but the paladin who walked alongside me is now a gory sight, spread thin across the ground. The next moment, a monstrous creature emerges from the darkness. A twisted cross between fish and monkey. Its clawed hands reaches out, but effortlessly melting away the Inquisitor's flesh, then ripping out her heart. This is the King of Bandits, Darga Droon. The bandit we captured did not lie, but the secret passage he spoke of led right into the underwater lair of his master. I bury my terror deep in my soul. There was no time for weakness. There were only 4 of us left, and we are gasping for air by the time the freak's lifeblood stains the water. We leave the beheaded body on dry land and retreat to recover. Only now I allow my hands to tremble, my breath to race unbidden and my tears to flow. Continue. The next night we return the same way. We swim up to the surface and quietly gather our bearings. Above us loom the drowned trees, enormous dead trunks emerging from the water, bridges crisscrossing their branches. The air is filled with the sounds of battle. Having lost their king, the bandits now battle each other for power, and we are ready to join the fight. We leave at dawn. Behind us, smoke rises up to the sky. The bandit nest smolders and blazes. Only 2 of us remain, the priest and I. We won, but this victory tastes of ash, cinders, and swamp ooze. I ask him, tell me, Ezvanki, was it worth it? He puts his hand on my shoulder and says, yes, Jamandi. Now the stolen lands will be ours. I wish I believed him. Oh, it's Jamandi, huh? The storyteller heaves a sigh and runs his hand over his face and rubs his temples. Thus the expedition to the drowned trees came to an end. I must admit it. It was not easy feeling for me to stand in the place of this daring woman. I can read, I promise. The steel of her soul was colder than ice. Wait, is this the story of Jamandi Eldori? But she's still alive. Some people become legends in their own lifetime. Jamandi has performed many glorious feats. There may be yet more ahead. If Jamandi has once cleared the stolen lands of bandits, why must we do it all over again? The death of Darga Droon and the destruction of the drowned trees weakened the bandits, but not for long. The paladin who died was a noble. It was he who was supposed to claim the stolen lands and send in his troops. While Jamandi sought another candidate, or a priest capable of performing a resurrection ritual, a new bandit leader emerged in the destroyed fortress on the banks of the Tuskwater. Within the year, the stolen lands were swarming with gangs once more. Thanks for the story. He inclines his head respectfully. And that's it. We got a cool story out of it. We learned a little bit more about Jamandi Eldori. She was here in the Stolen Lands fighting bandits before we were. That's how she knows all about the bandits. We are going to call it here. I know we're calling it off a little bit early. We're only at about 21 minutes or so, but in the next video we're going to go after the Dwarven Helmet one. There's 10 pieces, I believe. I can actually just check. There are, yes, 10 fragments that we're going to have to grab. I actually don't know how many you have currently. You know what? We can quickly check that. So we're going to be finding the rest of them, obviously. But we have, so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're missing 1 from somewhere, from one of the spots. We'll go check all the spots, figure out where it is, and then we will assemble the Dwarven Helmet as well. Well, we've already done the soot blackened things, so we don't need to worry about those anymore. That being said, we have, 10 pieces to go find. Technically, we've already found 9, but I'll show you where all the other ones are. And then I think we can actually do... No, we can't, sorry. We can't do the next one. Cypress Queen's paraphernalia is out of our reach. At the moment, we don't have quite enough places, because we haven't found the Goblin Fort yet, or the Womb of Lamashu, because we haven't unlocked that quest. So, or the hunting grounds for that matter. So there's 3 pieces we can't actually get at this point in time. So yeah, that's where we're going to end off. We're going to do the Dwarven thing, and we're going to hope that some quests come along, because we need some main storyline stuff. We haven't gotten anything for a while. Like, if we look under... Well, we've done the Curse of Candlemere. We need to... Oh, you know what we can do in the last couple seconds of this video? We can go turn in the Curse of Candlemere, because we actually finished that quest line. We did the whole Candlemere thing. We closed the portal, which is good. Or is it? Who knows? Everything we do seems to backfire on us. I don't know why I came out here. I needed to go to the tavern. Everything we do backfires on us, so... I mean, maybe we should just let things go. Let them do whatever they want. Alright, Gunderson. I'm here. Willis raises his head and gives you a nervous smile. My Baron was waiting for you. Any news? I visited the Cursed Island. It swarms with monsters. The Ranger and the Paladin are dead, and the Cleric of Nethys left in a voluntary exile. The ruins are empty, no treasures. For several moments, Willis is silent, trying to wrap his head around what you said. He finally shudders and hugs himself, as though he suddenly grew cold. That means... He gulps. That means the curse really exists. His eyes meet yours. Right. Of course it exists. The island has seen too much sorrow and suffering. Now any living creature who sets their foot there is doomed. The locals should stay away from the place to avoid dormant evil within the tower. Or... You know, it just occurred to me. You sent those poor sods to the island, right? So it was you who doomed them and sent them to a certain death, and then you sent me there as well, so now I'll have to spend my own resources paying for a purification ritual, and you're just gonna leave like nothing happened. Willis looks shocked at first, but suddenly he regains his composure. I suppose, Your Grace, that the cause of all the troubles must have been something else. Maybe weather conditions were unfavorable, or actually, I think you have nothing to worry about. He casts an unkind glance towards you and digs out a pouch of money. And here's your reward as promised. Willis looks around, slapping his pocket. Seems I've had no luck with this island. No profits at all. I guess I should move further east. People say that the Taur's Lebanese have plenty of places where an inquisitive mind might find something of value. And right now, if you don't mind, I could use a drink. I wonder what alignment that was. We failed a bluff check. Oh. Well, we gained some experience anyways. And 1,500 gold. We are like cruising towards true, well, sort of like, okay, we started here at lawful neutral, right? And we were kind of like, ooh, we're cruising towards lawful good and also more neutral. So we're actually becoming less lawful and more good. We need to get more lawful and less good. So that's going to be the end of this video here, finally. We got some more experience. We are 20,000-ish away from a level, a little less, 19,164 to be exact. Yeah. I guess we're gonna hope for more experience. Did I say 9,000? 19,000 is what I meant? 19,164. Anyways, take care guys. See you next time.